Alright people, this is a review on the Suunto 5. It comes in this nice little box. Inside the box you'll find another little container right here where you get the charger. The charger's inside of that. And then you get a little box with all the pamphlets in there with warranty information and somewhat of an instructional manual. Then you get like a little piece of paper with more additional like thanking you for buying the product from Suunto. I own another pair of another Suunto watch that's a way older model, and this is an actual upgrade. It's a very nice watch. I've been wearing it for a week now just to give you guys an idea of what it can do. It has good silicone, high grade quality on the bands. It's soft. It feels like, you know, a fresh shaven face. You get stainless steel hardware. You get steel, anodized steel face. The buttons, I believe, are stainless steel also. It's very well built. You get the sensors in the back. This tells the watch, you know, heart rate. It tracks your sleeping. It tracks a bunch of different things. It does GPS. This little connection right here, these little brass pins are for the charger. You take the charger and you just basically open it up like a pair of what do you call those things? Clips, like clothesline clips, and you just put it right there. Hook it up to your computer or a USB port, and it charges. I initially wore this for about 4 days before the battery went down to 14%. So I'm gonna say that if you're gonna wear this, you'll probably get 5 days of use out of it before you need to recharge it again, which is really good for one of these watches. These are the options you get on it. So basically, this is the back button. It takes you back to this main display, which is the watch face that I selected. I like it. It's more of a traditional sweep on the dial. If you push this button right here, you see how it says 9:21 p.m. You click that, it'll tell you the percentage of your battery. Right now I'm at about 45%, 46%. Okay. You click that back and it just brings you back to your 9:21 p.m. What you can do is you hit the main button is this middle one. You push it in. It'll tell you if it's your exercise day, and then you can click it again. It'll bring you back to your main display, your main watch face. From here, you can just click down once. It'll give you your blood pressure. I mean, not your blood pressure, your pulse rate. Okay, you can click this middle button in. It'll give you an average of what you've had for over the last week, I believe it is. I've been averaging about 60. Okay, and it brings you back. If you click the main button again, then you click down, and it tells you whether you're stressed, recovering, especially after an exercise or whatever. It'll tell you all that, how your body's processing. What do you call it? It'll tell you what you're doing as far as your heart rate and your pulse and all that. You click down one more time. It'll give you how many steps you did. Today was my day off, so I was actually very light. This is training. So if I would have worked out today, it would have given me an amount of time that I spent in the gym or lifting weights or doing anaerobics or whatever you want to do. And this is surprisingly the part that I find the best feature of this watch is that for me, I'm sure like most of you guys, you think that you're getting plenty of sleep because I average about 6 hours a day, but sometimes during the day I'll feel kind of tired, and you don't realize that with this option that it tells you how many hours you're sleeping. Last night I got 5 hours and 16 minutes. The good thing about this is you push the center button again, and it breaks it down what you're averaging. So I'm averaging about 5 hours and 55 minutes per day, which is not great. Ideally, you want to have 8 hours. You click down, and then it tells you day by day. See, poor, I had 5 hours 16, 5 hours 6, 6 hours and 54 minutes is poor also, because my goal is 8 hours to recuperate because a lot of times this is the interesting part. See, this one I got 7 hours and 45 minutes, but it was moderate sleep. And I'm going to show you why I find this feature to be so good, because if you open up the app, when you open up the app, this is downloaded through the app market. You can actually sync the watch to the phone, and it tells me that last night I slept 5 hours and 16 minutes. Click on this, and it tells me that I have 5 hours and 6 minutes. But look, this is the important part, because a lot of us think we're getting plenty of rest, but we're not. I only had 2 hours out of the 6 hours that were deep sleep. The rest of it was like if I was awake. My brain is still functioning while I'm asleep. That's why sometimes you wake up and you still feel tired, or you're working your whole day, and you get a little bit of a woozy feeling because your sleeping is off. So yeah, it is a cool feature because it breaks down, what your average your beats per minute are. It tells you the quality of your sleep in percentages, and it just it tells you a lot of interesting information. It gives you the calories you burn when throughout the day, steps. It's a cool little app. When you click on here, you can go day by day. So this is today. This was yesterday. And then you go back again. It's the day before. That was when I had 6 hours and 54 minutes of sleep. But even with almost 7 hours of sleep, I really only got 2 hours and 35 minutes of actual REM sleep or deep sleep. My average beats per minute when I was sleeping was about 74. My percentage of the quality of sleep that I had was 50%. So, like, if we think that we're getting plenty of sleep, this thing can actually tell you if you're actually sleeping or not. Because we might be passed out, but not get quality sleep. That's very important. I've known that for a while, especially for the ladies and men. It's very important for everything that we do in our daily lives. I'm averaging only 2 hours of sleep, real deep sleep every night. And that's something I have to work on. This is something I've been wearing for about a week. This was one day that I had 5 hours and 35 minutes of sleep, but my deep sleep was 2 hours and 17 minutes, and my heart rate was lower at 67, and the quality was rated at 76%. So that was a better night's sleep, even though I had less hours. It's just really cool how it can tell all this just from your pulse rate and keeping track of everything you're doing throughout the day. And from here, after you get the heart rate, and you can look at all these stats. It's not as in details with the app as you can with this. So you guys, it tells you everything: your steps, your training, your sleep hours. It tells you all that. It gives you a graph of where you're at as far as your weekly pattern, and then it tells you a bunch of different things daily. And you can scroll down and see what you're doing daily as far as sleep.
Not call it.
Yeah, and then you go back. Okay, and you can screen down again, and it'll tell you, how to select, so you can customize this for your workout. If you want to work out 5 hours a week, you can change that and do all these other things. Go back. Now from this first thing, you click up, and it'll tell you, your exercise. You can click on that, and you can start training from there. Okay, and you go back. You go up one more time. It'll give you navigation. So if you want to use this as a GPS unit while you're on a trek or a hike, you can use that. And it gives you a lot of different options. You got a logbook, so you can also do, with like charts and stuff like that. Click up again. It gives you a timer. So if you're at work and you need to, set up your, start your lunch break, you got 30 minutes. You know that when your 30 minutes are up, it'll pop up here. Stop it, and then it says reset. Click there, and you reset. Go back. Takes you back to the timer, and then you go up here. You go to settings. Click there, and it gives you all the settings that you need to get: alarms, connectivity for Bluetooth, your navigation. There's stuff about your activity and your training, sleep, all the notifications that you want to do. So if you want to get some stuff for like from your phone, like push services, like if you have a text message on your phone, it'll actually forward it to here, and you can click it and read it on here. You have to do it pretty quickly though, because it does change up pretty fast. And then you click on this, and this is a white watch face. Click on that, and you can select different faces for the watch. You can go traditional, very traditional. You know, you got all these different options. You can go like more techie looking, like a speedometer. You know, it's a very useful watch because it's like a Fitbit on steroids times three. Okay, it's not like one of those fancy. Oh, I'm gonna read my email and talk to people on the phone with this watch. It is more of a hands-on.
Utilitarian.
Yeah, it is more of a hands-on athlete or somebody who wants to keep an eye on their health. This is the type of watch you want. It's not like talk on the phone through this. You don't want it. There's a dedicated activity and sports watch. It gives you the flexibility of reading your text messages on here and like alerts that you get, but it doesn't do much more than that. Where it excels at is keeping track of your health, GPS tracking for when you're doing biking or whatever. If you're into hiking, you can do your trails and chart it that way. It does a lot of cool things. It's overall I give it like 2 thumbs up. This company's always been known. Santo's always been known for the stuff that they make. So yeah, I'm trying to give you some light so you can see the anodized finish on the stainless on the bezel. It's nice. It's a black on black finish.
What do you think getting those glass screen protectors for it?
I'm gonna get a screen protector for it just because I have a tendency. In fact, some of my the days that I tracked that I was using it to throughout the day, some of my stats are off as far as stats because I took it off because I didn't want to bang it up because we were actually getting ready for hurricanes down here in Florida, and I wasn't trying to scuff up the watch itself. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely get a cover for it, a screen protector. I wish they made a face shield for it that would actually protect the whole face. But I haven't seen those in a long time since like the old school Seikos and Citizens and stuff like that. They used to put like a clear plastic cover that would protect the face. But especially something like this, that's something that's supposed to be used with sports and stuff like that. You're gonna bang it up. But so far it's been pretty steady. I bumped it against the wall, and there was not even a scratch on there. It seems like a good quality. It's made of very good quality. Anybody who's owned a Santo before will tell you that those watches are die hard. The old ones that I had the traditional rubber instead of this silicone band, and after a certain amount of time the band would always break up, and then you can't find a replacement that easily because they go out of style or whatever.
But that one's built better?
But this is silicone, so it should last a lot longer, way longer, because it doesn't degrade like a traditional rubber would. So yeah, overall you guys should check this watch out. It's pretty cool. It has a lot of options for you to do with your workout regimen or your work schedule. If you're gonna keep track of your paces at work, you want to keep an eye on your heart rate, your sleeping. That's the one that I found most useful. The sleeping. You can access a lot on the sleeping through the phone itself, but the app does help break down a little bit better what you're doing as far as sleep goes with this, with everything else goes. You think you might be getting 8 hours, but you might be only sleeping an hour of actual deep sleep. So that's important. We got to figure it out. I hope you guys enjoy. Have a good day. Later.